Hello all, welcome back to AK Logics. Today in this class we are going to discuss about the find the sum of even and odd numbers. So without any delay, let's move into the video. So previous class we have discussed about the program 1 and program 2, which is related to the practical, and also we have discussed in theoretical part. We have discussed about the introduction and syntax of the C, and also we have discussed about the statements of the C. So whether how you are going to learn, whether you are going to finish whole theoretical part first and then coming to the practical part, or whether you are watching just one video of the theoretical part and watching the program video, how you are going to learn, that's your wish. Okay, so most of the people, I think all the people know the theoretical part of C. They will be lagging in the programming part only. So I recommend you guys to do watch the one theoretical video and then one practical programming video. Okay, if you are new to C, if you are zero in C, if you don't know anything what is meant by C and what is meant by C programming, then I recommend you guys to watch the complete theoretical part first and then move on to the programming part. Okay, yeah, so without any delay, let's move into the video. So today in this class we are going to discuss about find the sum of even and odd numbers. Okay, so what is meant by this program is there will be given for you, the user will give you a number, for example 10. Okay, from 1 to 10. Okay, from 1 to 10 there are 10 numbers, right? Among these 10 numbers there will be odd and even numbers. You need to find the sum of odd numbers and sum of even numbers separately, and you need to print the outputs of those sum. So this is the program of the sum of find the sum of even and odd numbers. Okay, without any delay, let's move into the video. So first you need to include the standard library, that is stdio dot. Why? Because we are going to use the output function and input functions like printf and scanf, and you need to use the main function where the program will be started. The main function is the function where the program the compiler will compiles the code. Okay, yeah, where the program will be started. Okay, the starting position of the program is the main, and then after what you need to do is you need to take an integer of number. Okay, you need to declare a variable number which is of the type integer. Why? Because this is the number of the number that which is we are going to ask from the user. Okay, you need to ask it from the user. For that you need to use a simple print statement, that is enter a number. Okay, which what does this statement do is it just prints the enter a number to the terminal window. So you need to use the scanf percentile d, and you need to use the ampersand number. Okay, you are not going to use number, you are going to use the ampersand number, which indicates the memory location of the number. Okay, so now the number will be getting printed. So now what you need to do is you need to see, okay, you need to see the numbers in between the one and the number which you are going to type. Okay, for example, if you are going to type the number as 10, then you need to see the numbers from 1 to 10. If you are going to type the number, if you are going to give the number value as 100, then you are going to see the numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, you need to see all these numbers. Okay, all these numbers from 1 to 100, and you need to separate even and odd numbers. If even number, then you need to get the even sum, and if odd number, then you need to get the odd sum. So for that, for seeing the numbers from 1 to 100 or 1 to a number which you are going to type in the console window, for that you need to use a for loop. Okay, for loop. So that I am going to use the for loop. I am going to declare int I is a iterative variable in the for loop. Whether you can able to declare in the for loop itself, or you can give it over here. I am giving it over here. Okay, so for your better understanding purpose, so I is equal to, I am going to initialize this value with 1. Okay, in the for loop we are going to have 3 main parameters. Those are known as initialization of the variable and the condition. So I less than or equal to uh, number. Okay, till the number you need to see the what are those numbers, and then you need to increment the value I plus plus, which is a post increment, or you can simply use the I equal to I plus 1. Okay, both are same. So I am going to use the I plus plus. Then I am opening the braces of the for loop. You need to open the braces of the for loop. Now what does the do is, now the I equal to 1, right? I equal to 1. Now it need to check if I percentile 2 equal to 0. What does it mean? It is a condition for the even number, right? If this happens, then what should happen is we need to take a even sum, right? We need to take a even sum variable. Okay, even sum. I'm going to take an even sum variable and going to initialize this with 0. Okay, why I'm going to initialize it with 0 is initially the even sum value will be 0. Okay, if this happens, then what does it need to be happen is even sum will be equal to the, if I percentile 2 equal to 0, it means I is a even number. Then what should happen is even number, even sum will be added with the number which is I, right? Which is I over here. So whether you can able to use the braces for the if or not, it's your wish. Why? Because there is only single statement over here, right? So whether you are going to use it or not, there is no any error in it. So else means it's the condition for the odd sum, right? So for odd sum as well, we need to take another variable, that is odd sum, that is equal to 0, that is equal to 0. Initial sum of the odd sum will be equal to 0. So then what happens if I is a odd number? What should happen? Odd sum will need to be incremented by that number, right? Odd sum plus 1. Okay, this is how the code works. So now at last what we need to do is we got the sums of even sum and also odd sum till the number which we are going to enter, right? So now what you need to do is you just need to print the printf statement of both the values. So I am going to print it. Okay, sum of all odd numbers, odd numbers equal to percentile d slash n, which is used to move to the next line. Okay, and you are going to print the sum of for the precise sum of all odd numbers in between in between 1 and percentile d. Why I'm going to use percentile d is I'm going to give the parameter, that is number. Okay, I'm going to for the first percentile d we are going to give the number. Okay, sum of all the odd numbers in between 1 and number which we are going to enter will be odd sum, right? Will be odd sum. So I am going to give over here odd sum, and I have used slash n, which is used to move towards the next line. So for other statement what you need to do is sum of all even numbers in between not don't use in between means one and the number will be excluded. So we need to use from 1 to number. Okay, from 1 to percentile d equal to percentile d slash n will be number, or it will be a, and then and the sum will be even sum, right? So this is how we are going to write the code, and you need to return 0. Why? Because it will end the main block, main function. Okay, so I'm going to save the code. With an example, I'm going to in detail tell you how this for loop going to work it. Okay, so for we are going to execute the program, right? Let me give over here program. I think it's going to work. Just a second, there is something error. Just save the program. Yeah, I didn't change the file name over here. Programs. Okay, now it's going to work. Program. Okay, always save the program before you are going to execute. So it's asking me number to enter, so I'm going to enter the 10. Okay, so whenever I'm going to enter the 10, what happens is in the place of number, in the for loop, we are going to get 10. Okay, so what does this for loop do is, first the number value will be 1. Okay, 1 will be checked in the if condition. 1 percentile 2 will not be equal to 0, so that 1 will be a odd number, right? So what does happen is, already we have initialized odd sum with 0, right? So this particular odd sum will be incremented by 1. Why? Because the number is 1. For the next loop, what will happen is I value will be incremented to 2. Okay, I value will be incremented to 2. So 2 will be checked with the condition in the if, that is 2 percentile 2 will be equal to 0. The condition is true, so that it will move into the if block. Okay, so we already initialized even sum with 0 over here. We already initialized even sum with 0, so that this particular even sum will be incremented by that number which is 2, right? Where here the number is stored in the I itself, right? I is the variable which is going to iterate, right? Which is going to change every time, right? So for the next case 3, again it will move to the else block. For the next case it is 4, it is moves to the if block. For the last case 9, okay, for the case 9, what happens is 9 percentile 2 equal to 0 is not a even number, so it is moving to the else block, ignoring the if block. So odd sum equal to odd sum plus. Okay, odd sum is also getting changed, right? Odd sum will be equal to odd sum, need to be incremented with the value, with the value I. Here in this case I will be 9, right? So for the next case the I will becomes the 10. Why? Because in the in this condition we are going to give the I plus plus, right? So that I becomes 10. Whenever I becomes 10, what happens is 10 percentile 2 equal to 0, so that if block will be true, if condition will be true, so the statement in the if block will be executed, so that even sum will be incremented with the value 10. So after, whenever the I will becomes 11, it going to check the condition, that is I less than equal to number, but this condition is false. Why? Because where number is at 10 and I value is 11, 11 less than equal to 10 is a false condition, so that it will exit from the for loop, so that finally we are going to print the sums of both even and odd individually. Okay, so we are going to print the sums. So if you are going to see the output will be sum of all odd numbers from 1 to 10 is 25, and also sum of all even numbers from 1 to 20, 1 to 10 will be equal to 30. Okay, this is the program synopsis. So if you are going to enter some 1000, then you are going to get 25 2,50,000 and also 2,50,500. Okay, these are the outputs. If you are going to enter any value, okay, any value that is given by the user, you can get anything. Okay, see, you are going to get like this. So this is how this program works. I hope you guys got this program. And also in this program, the main heart of the program is the for loop. Why the for loop is used is, the for loop is used to iterate all the values from 1 to numbers. Okay, from 1 to number that we are going to enter. Okay, it is going to iterate from the 1 to the number that we are going to enter, and also in that iteration process it is going to check whether the each number is divisible by 2 or not, whether it is an even number or odd number. It is going to check according to those conditions. The both if and else blocks will be act accordingly. Okay, this is how this codes work. So I hope you got this point. Okay, I always recommend you guys to have an hands-on experience. You guys don't just watch it simply. So I recommend you guys to have an hands-on experience. That's for the video. Thank you.